quick tipsy. Yes.
Right. Welcome everyone to the Assets and Facilities Committee meeting, Monday the 1st of June. We'll take as read the information, apart from the fact that I would like you all to either put your mobile phones on silent or switch them off, please. And this meeting is being recorded, so should you have any, and by remaining you are deemed to consent to this, if you have any concerns, but to be truthful, it's supposed to be late now to talk to the clerk, so that's fine. We have two apologies at the moment. That's from Councillor Colin Bagent and Councillor Van der Rutsch, which we'll take the read. Any declarations of interest? No? Take it, we've all read the minutes of the last meeting. Any comments?
No. Quite good.
Proposed by Dan.
That's second.
Show of hands then, please. Thank you.
Could I suggest, Chair, we take the toilets update at the end of the agenda and go into part 2 because there's some contractual stuff.
Okay, that's fine with me, yeah.
Okay.
Check. It's still with you then, please. The community units.
Okay, community units, yeah. So quantity surveyors are appointed, and we'll be working on building up the costs. When it comes to tendering, we have our procurement consultant working or looking at the options of what is known as open book tendering. So instead of preparing a specification and you go out to multiple builders on the government's website, you can pick a contractor or contractors, and on the basis that you know what profit margin they will make, they share every single detail with you, which can speed the process up greatly. And we were thinking of possibly a contractor in Teignmouth that is of sufficient size, and a couple of others that have built something similar recently. But we're a little way off of that yet. So as soon as we know more about that, we'll bring it back here. So yeah, we've also started looking at options for funding from SIL monies, Teignbridge SIL monies. We may be able to get 100,000 there if they agree the bid. And there was another source which is gone.
Is that matched SIL funding?
Yes. Yeah, you can go to 100 maximum. And obviously it would be significantly more than that. So yeah, quite we're moving somewhere at last. Yeah. And given that Teignbridge gave us the land to do that job, you think they would be reasonably open-minded to a SIL application.
I also put some feelers out at the, I don't know,
that's the other one.
CBS.
No, I was thinking the
youth hub.
yes,
Yes,
the youth
where I
one,
met
yes.
a guy from Space in company with Becca and said, what about all this government funding that they're putting into youth things? And they all looked a bit shocked because I said, we're after it. We want some funding, please, because we want to be the Teignmouth hub. We've got approval. So for the first time in our lives, we really are almost spade ready, almost, because I mean, yes, all the costings have got to be done, but we've got planning permission, we're nearly there. And we think we ought to have a really good first crack at being the hub for Teignmouth, because that was the whole plan as it was. And they all sort of went a bit, oh, really? Which is, you know, I don't think they'd actually taken in that we were that far down the line with it, really. And then you've met with Mike, Mark, Jerry.
I've spoken with him and he's coming to the youth council
Brilliant.
tomorrow.
He's the man from, he's the spaceman. And he seemed very keen that, you know, that might well work for you know, some sort of permanent provision at some stage in the future, and that's also got a line on that funding, because what I was really keen shouldn't happen is that that all goes on around us and we don't get involved in it, as Teambridge has a habit of doing. Sometimes they don't talk to people locally, they just get on with things. So with a bit of luck, it might all come together for the money, which would be a real result, actually. I think that would be great. So read on.
Thank you. Right. Any more comments? No. The notice board on the.
It was ordered, after it was approved, it should be getting near to delivery. I haven't chased it, I must admit. But it should be here in the next couple of weeks, given their normal lead times, and then we'll have to make some minor tweaks and then get it fitted. That's the moment.
And as you probably know, I'm the source. Everyone brings their posters in to me, and we now have filled basically both sides of the display cabinet outside the CU diner. So, and if it wasn't full, it would be nice to have the posters in that area as well. So, as and when, great idea.
It's just waiting delivery.
Well, are you going to work with Nikki on that as well from Pavilions?
Yes, they bring all their stuff in.
I think Dawn's quite proactive on that, isn't she?
Yeah. And they know if the shop's closed, they push them to the device for me, so we very good understanding with the regulars. No comments? No. Old toilet signage update.
Yeah, we've made some inquiries to Teambridge about the finger post signs, which are a Teambridge item, but they will definitely, and have in the past, taken the line. Oh no, they're yours now.
Yeah.
But it may be discretion is the better part of valor, because they're not going to do anything with them. It may be, at least if we were removing fingers, that may help.
We've done some temporary updates on the one in the triangle to
Yeah.
say that obviously Ladbroke Street's temporarily closed. And the one on the den, because they're only actually small letters stuck on, we removed the one that's pointing away from the den toilet by a few feet.
Right.
So we just left it as the den for the time being. And we checked all the others in the town, and I think they're all okay.
It is really the one on the triangle.
Yeah, well, they've got just temporary signs saying Ladbroke Street closed, and the nearest toilet is the den.
That's great. Thank you for that.
Is it at all possible to get some saying station?
Amending what's there is one thing, adding ones to it is a different. Don't even know whoever made them. I mean, they will have been off the shelf in terms of the columns and that, whether they still produce that model or not.
Because I'm forever bumping into people down by the fire station, wondering about looking for the station, you know, over on the bridge, up in 4th Street, and they're all aimlessly wandering around. And if you say, can I help you? And I said, well, yeah, we're looking for the station. I thought, it's really easy, actually, you just cross over and turn right. But there's no signs that say that, and they've been up by the church before now, and crossed the railway bridge, I might have, but you know, if you don't know it's a railway bridge, you don't know it's a railway bridge. But I just wondered if there's anything going on like that, if you could keep an eye on it, because I think, I have an idea that there used to be a finger post on that corner. I could be wrong, because there used to be a dog bin there, which when it fell over, disappeared and was never seen again. But I've got a feeling they're on that, you know, that palm tree flower bed thing. There used to be.
It was the other side of the road,
Was it?
by the flat there.
Yeah, yeah.
There used to be a finger post there. It was one of the old, it's like the deeper plug stubbing.
Yeah, because it would be useful for our guests to be able to get out of town sometimes.
We're just quietly inquiring, because come LGR, the world may be different.
Yeah.
And Teambridge won't do anything.
No.
But they won't even visit them if they've been damaged.
No.
They'll just say, no, we put them in, but they're yours now.
Who do you talk to? Resorts?
No, assets.
Assets. I wonder if it might be worth just getting, I'll do it if you want, get in touch with them and say, do you have the name of the supplier?
You can try.
Well, it's worth a try.
Resorts won't have it.
No.
No, I think it was Darren Hand, actually.
Okay.
Anything else? No? So it's back to you again.
So triangle management, that was heard back from David Pelthorpe that they're content for us to do it in the manner we wished. We are just waiting the formal licence. And I chased David a couple of days ago to say who's preparing the licence, so I can chivvy them up.
Can I just come in here? I must admit, Clark and myself have had a word about this. As we know, we have a farmers market on a Saturday afternoon. And I witnessed last Saturday, about 2:30, when they were packing up a complete, I don't know what the right word to use, disarray of vehicles going in several different directions, with members of the public jumping out of the way on occasions. And this is one of the reasons I think that realistically we need to be able to manage the triangle. I mean, if we know there should be any traffic movements until 5 o'clock anyway, but 2:30 on the last Saturday of every month, or around between 2 and 3, it's chaos down there. And you know, we have, through another source, I have discussed it. I was told that they would, the managers would be using banks and persons, but obviously that's not being used. So, you know, I think we owe it to the visitors in the town to look after them, and the only way we look after them is coming down on the farm market, much as I hate to hear myself say it, you know, they have to come forward, I'm afraid. So
who was it said they would use Banksman? Mr. Stromboli? I don't remember his name, David something.
I'm honestly terrible with names. It's the brother of, what's his name? The lady's name.
Laurie.
Laurie, it's her brother, yeah. I think it's Frank or something like that. But you know, as I say, we you know, one way or the other, even if Teambridge continue to manage it, well, on that little piece, you know, somebody somewhere is going to do something about enforcing the 5 o'clock movement.
And we'd be content to do that, but we just need the I's and the T's dotted and crossed. Otherwise, they have a history of going back into Teambridge to try and get a different outcome.
And from a visitor angle as well, you may or may not know, and I'm not trying to be disparaging there to the people that have stores there, but they use the benches as part of their stores. So there's no way people can sit on benches on a Saturday, because they're all part of the store. So it's another thing.
The view would be, once we get the formal go-ahead, we would then give them some booking conditions in terms of vehicle movements, and they'd have to get their layout approved, because I think another thing is they put their backs to all the shops, which doesn't help. It's long-standing problems which you know, Teambridge haven't dealt with. So,
Any more comments? No? Again, I think this is down to you, isn't it? And the request for assistance.
oh yeah, listen. So Colin, agent, is probably watching. Raised this about Broadmeadow. I've had some issues with vandalism, people coming over the wall from the estate, and it was just a request that we have no objection, because we are the landlord, the allotment association runs it, to then putting up CCTV, which we don't, there's no legal reason, there's nothing in the lease. So I think we did talk about that at finance actually, but,
Yes, we
So I think Colin said it's in hand.
They know about putting up the signs as well, though, don't they?
But if they're doing it, that's their responsibility.
Yeah.
It's not for us to tell them. They would have to do their own data impact assessment and ensure their system is lawful.
Would we as landlords ask them for that?
Probably not.
We could just let them go on with it. No, they're doing it right.
Yeah. Because otherwise you get drawn in, quite frankly. And we have enough issues with our own CCTV.
And then the fly tipping is coming from the estate presumably behind.
At Meadow Centre, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously not from the centre, but that's the route.
Yeah, because they suffer from it themselves at the, when I send them flight tipping online.
So are they reporting it? Because you can report that.
They have been, as far as I'm aware of.
And, well, especially, I mean, if it's at the Meadow Centre, that's Teambridge owned land.
Yeah.
So they should do something about it. I'm not sure they do anything about the allotment.
Yeah, I know
They
that
would treat that as private land.
there's one person down in their environment offices at the moment. Rob, do you remember Rob Harvey, the policeman?
Yeah.
The original Rob Harvey, not the one who came and was a sergeant and has gone to Torquay, the Rob Harvey before that, who was Timmis.
No, I remember the big Rob Harvey.
Ah, right, well, the one before him was Timmis Rural, and he's had a serious bike accident. He was, he moved on to there as an environmental officer.
Right.
And he's off for some time, so they're one down, and that's one of the reasons their enforcement is going a little awry with all sorts of things like cafe payment licenses and bits and pieces, that they only have a couple of people now who can do it at all. So, you know, all good wishes to Rob, that's for sure. But it does mean that, you know, things are a little stretched up there again in terms of enforcement.
I think at Teambridge, everything is stretched in terms of enforcement.
Well, everything is just stretched, I think, quite frankly. It's, you know, it is difficult to get movement up there, even for us as councillors, trust me.
Right. Do you have any new action points?
No, we're not remove that off the agenda next time going forward.
Yeah. Okay,
Right, well, as the clerk suggests,
we need to go into part two,
Go into part
Mr.
two,
Chair, which
yes.
means,
shall I just read this out then, just to?
oh, you got it, cool.
And in accordance with Public Bodies Admission to Meetings Act 1960, the press and public be excluded from the meeting for the duration of the following items on the basis that the information to be disclosed would be prejudicial to the public interest by reason of the confidential nature of the business to be transacted.
Need a proposer and a seconder.
Well, I'll propose that.
I'll second it.
And a
All
vote.
in favour?
Okay, you can stop the streaming.
Thank you.